Did you really think Wednesday's story was over? Did you believe that once Tyler was in jail, her adventures would end? No. In Season 2, Wednesday faces an even greater threat, a danger hidden deep within her own family's secrets. In today's video, we're going to break down every shocking twist, every secret, and every major battle from Wednesday Season 2. So, if you're ready to dive back into the dark world of Nevermore, make sure you watch until the very end. The second season of Wednesday kicks off with our gothic heroine, Wednesday Addams, having been held captive by a serial killer. We learn she bravely endured the ordeal, recounting how she got there through a 6-week flashback. During this time, Wednesday perfected her powers using Goody Addams' book, and her main goal was to track down and stop a notorious killer who preyed on young girls. She finally gets a lead when her faithful companion, Thing, recovers a toy from a crime scene. Using her psychic abilities on the toy, Wednesday sees a vision of the killer's location. Arriving at the airport, she's stopped by security for her arsenal of weapons and Thing. She lies, claiming Thing is just a prop hand for makeup. After reluctantly giving up her weapons, she and Thing head to the killer's home. She corners him, but he overpowers her and ties her up in a basement. The killer shows Wednesday a creepy doll he made in her likeness, but Wednesday reveals her ace in the hole, Thing, who was hiding and savagely attacks the killer. The attack causes Wednesday to have a vision, and black tears stream from her eyes, a strange side effect of her powers. She warns Thing to keep this a secret. With the killer behind bars, Wednesday and her family head back to Nevermore. Along the way, her younger brother, Pugsley, displays his new electrokinetic powers, causing a pile-up on the road. Meanwhile, we're introduced to a private detective who is killed by a flock of ravens, a mysterious event that will haunt Wednesday throughout the season. Upon arriving at Nevermore, Wednesday is now a school hero, but she finds the attention unbearable. She encounters her new principal, a siren who compliments her on saving the school, but Wednesday ignores her praise. She returns to her room, where she's surprised to find Enid has decorated their shared space and is now dating a boy. The two exchange gifts, but Wednesday is soon annoyed by a photo she finds a stalker is watching her. Using her powers on the photo, her black tears return, revealing a shocking fact. Her stalker is a raven. This is the same raven that killed the private detective, which connects her to the murder investigation. Wednesday crashes the gala to save her work and gives a blistering speech, alienating herself from her fans and angering her friend Enid. Later that night, Pugsley, lured by a story about a clockwork boy zombie, ventures out and accidentally resurrects the zombie, adding a new, unpredictable threat to the mix. The script ends with a shocking vision, where Wednesday sees Enid dead in a cemetery surrounded by ravens, and a horrified Wednesday wakes up, a deep sadness on her face. Her mother, Morticia, tells Wednesday that her powers are out of control and demands she hand over Goody's book, revealing that Wednesday is suffering from the same affliction that caused Morticia's sister to be locked away. Picking up after her shocking vision and her mother's betrayal, Wednesday's powers continue to spiral out of control. Her investigation into the mysterious raven attacks takes center stage. She goes to the private detective's home, only to find his friend, Kelvin, also a victim of the shadowy ravens. The scene is chilling, but when Wednesday tries to use her psychic powers on Kelvin's corpse, they fail completely. The new sheriff, however, quickly arrives and arrests Wednesday. During her interrogation, the sheriff reveals that Tyler is in a high-security asylum and couldn't have committed the murders, leaving Wednesday more confused than ever. Determined to get answers, she visits Tyler in the asylum. He taunts her, claiming that his escape is a matter of when, not if, and cruelly threatens to find and kill Enid. Meanwhile, the political drama at Nevermore intensifies. The new principal, Jubilee, blackmails the siren girl, Bianca, demanding she use her powers to secure a large donation from Morticia's wealthy mother. He threatens to expel her from the school if she refuses. However, a major plot twist is revealed when the siren tries to use her powers on the principal, only to discover they have no effect on him, hinting at a powerful amulet he possesses that shields him from outcast abilities. Meanwhile, Wednesday's brother, Pugsley, has become obsessed with the clockwork zombie he brought to life. He tries to hide it, but the creature is becoming more erratic as it seeks out a source of psychic energy to sustain itself, putting Pugsley in danger. Wednesday, in her quest to understand her own powers, discovers a hidden journal belonging to the deceased private detective, which details his investigation into the Lois program, a horrifying experiment where outcast powers were siphoned and transferred to normies. In a major twist, Wednesday learns that the mastermind behind the program is Jody, the asylum's manager, who is a powerful bird controller. Jody is obsessed with perfecting the experiment to gain more power for herself. The script ends on a shocking and tense note as Wednesday's visions grow stronger, and she realizes that Jody is now targeting Enid, planning to siphon her werewolf powers in the next experiment. The stakes are raised dramatically in this script as the prophecy from Wednesday's vision begins to unfold. The script opens with the terrifying return of Tyler, now a fully unleashed Hyde. He breaks into Nevermore Academy and succeeds in his threat. The season takes a drastic turn in this script, beginning with Wednesday's journey to the Willow Hill Psychiatric Center. She's there to uncover the secrets of her past and learns that her Aunt Ophelia was once a patient there. Wednesday is shocked to find out that her aunt, a fellow outcast with powers similar to her own, was institutionalized when her abilities became uncontrollable. This discovery deeply unnerves Wednesday, who is now experiencing the same symptoms. She also finds the private detective's journal, which details his investigation into the Lois program. The journal reveals a horrifying secret. Former Nevermore science teacher Augustus Stonehurst created the program to abduct outcasts, fake their deaths, and siphon their powers for himself. His daughter, Jody, who gained the power to control crows from her father's research, has now taken over the operation. The script's biggest revelation comes when Wednesday realizes that Jody is the raven she saw in her visions, the one who killed the private detectives and who has been stalking her and Enid. The tension escalates as Wednesday's black tears return, and she has a terrifying vision of Jody now targeting Enid, making it clear that her best friend is next on the list of experiments. The script ends with the chilling realization that the threat is no longer a monster, but a powerful and manipulative outcast hunter who is now on the hunt for Enid. The script opens with a disoriented Wednesday waking from a 2-week coma following Tyler's attack. She's in the hospital, and a ghostly apparition of Principal Weems appears, revealing that she's Wednesday's new spirit guide. Weems tells Wednesday her powers are weakening due to her lack of familial connection. Before leaving the hospital, Wednesday receives a threatening note and a withered bouquet, a clear message from Tyler that he's coming for her and Enid. Back at Nevermore, Wednesday's father, Gomez, is trying to comfort a distraught Pugsley, who is worried about his pet zombie, now identified as Isaac. Gomez decides to help Pugsley find him, and they go to the Dia de los Muertos festival at Pilgrim World. Isaac, who has been consuming brains to regenerate, shows up, looking more human and even speaking. He asks Pugsley for help escaping the police, who have also arrived on the scene. Meanwhile, Wednesday has a new plan to neutralize Tyler. After talking to Professor Capri, a Hyde survivor, she learns that masterless Hydes weaken over time. Using Marilyn Thornhill's journals, Wednesday devises a plan to create a potion that will allow her to become Tyler's new master. Enid, who feels sidelined by Wednesday's new secrets, decides to take matters into her own hands and calls the Nightshades to set a trap for Tyler at the cemetery. Wednesday, learning of this plan, decides to use it to her advantage. Just as Wednesday is about to inject Tyler with the potion, a new Hyde bursts onto the scene. This Hyde is Tyler's mother, Françoise, who is also patient 1938. Françoise reveals that she made a deal with Morticia to leave Jericho forever. This script plunges Wednesday and Enid into a bizarre new reality. Following a disastrous attempt to reverse Wednesday's weakened powers, the two find their bodies have been swapped. Now, Wednesday is trapped in Enid's colorful, cheerful persona, while Enid must navigate the world as a stoic, emotionless Wednesday. Their efforts to maintain normalcy fail hilariously and disastrously. Enid, actually Wednesday, breaks up with Enid's boyfriend and acts aggressively toward her friends, while Wednesday, actually Enid, is unable to hide her sunny, friendly nature, confusing everyone. The situation becomes life-threatening when Enid suffers a severe allergic reaction to a drink, and Morticia realizes something is terribly wrong with her daughter. In a shocking turn, Agnes, the invisible girl, confronts Wednesday, Enid, revealing that she knows about the body swap and the deadly vision where Enid dies. Agnes desperately tries to convince Enid that she is a better friend for Wednesday and that Enid's existence is a liability. Meanwhile, the threat from the clockwork boy Isaac intensifies. Agnes witnesses him fully regenerated and learns that he has killed the officer who held him captive. Isaac, now a living human being, has joined forces with Tyler and Ferry, his sister, Tyler's mother. At a tense family dinner, Morticia, seeing through the facade, confronts Wednesday, Enid. She summons the spirit of Larissa Weems, who reveals the truth of the body swap. Agnes, the invisible girl, has been secretly in contact with Wednesday. Agnes calls Wednesday, Enid, and tells her that she is hiding in the trunk of Isaac's car, and that Isaac is taking a dying Ferry and a now fully Hyde-transformed Tyler to the Willow Hill Asylum. At the asylum, Isaac is going to use his machine to drain all of the asylum's power to save his sister's life, a procedure that could also free the Hyde from Tyler's body and make it his own. Meanwhile, the Nevermore Gala is in full swing. The Siren Girl, who is still under Jubilee's influence, is about to announce her family's massive donation. But Wednesday's allies, her Uncle Fester, who has escaped from the asylum, and her grandmother, who has learned about Jubilee's greed, work together to foil his plan. The script's climax arrives when Wednesday and Enid crash the gala. While Enid distracts everyone, Wednesday uses her invisibility to slip away. She finds Jubilee and, with the help of the invisible girl, steals his power-dampening amulet. She then unmasks him in front of the entire school, revealing his sinister plan to steal from the outcasts. The script ends on a shocking cliffhanger as Jubilee, in a final act of desperation, sets the entire building on fire. The final script brings all the plot threads to a thrilling conclusion. The script opens with the chaotic aftermath of Jubilee's fire. The Nevermore students and staff are in a panic as the building burns. In the midst of the chaos, Wednesday and her family learn that Pugsley is missing. With their powers, Morticia, Gomez, and Wednesday join forces with a reluctant Larissa Weems to find him. Wednesday uses her psychic abilities, and in a terrifying vision, she sees her parents' darkest secret. Years ago, they killed Isaac, the man who is now Tyler's master, and buried his body. Meanwhile, at the Willow Hill Asylum, Isaac's machine is running at full power. He's using Pugsley's electrokinetic powers to not only heal a dying Ferry, but also to transfer the Hyde from Tyler's body into his own, making himself the ultimate monster. Wednesday, now understanding the full truth of her parents' past, goes to the asylum, But she's not alone. Enid, who has found a way to become a full werewolf, is following her. The final confrontation is a brutal and emotional fight. Wednesday confronts Isaac, who reveals that Thing is actually his severed hand, which came to life after her mother attacked him years ago. In a surprising twist, Wednesday's mother and father are also at the asylum, and they confront Isaac about his past actions. With his master plan in jeopardy, Isaac becomes fully enraged. In the climactic battle, Tyler fights Isaac to protect his mother, but Fairy is killed in the struggle, falling to her death from the top of the tower. The season concludes with a shocking cliffhanger. Wednesday visits her grandmother, who reveals that she has her Aunt Ophelia trapped and that a mysterious he is coming to kill Wednesday. And that's the full story of Wednesday Season 2. What a wild ride! If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you like this video and share it with a friend who loves the show. And if you don't want to miss our next video, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified. Let us know in the comments below which other movie or series you'd like us to explain next. Thanks for watching.